Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna move this over real quick. I want to discuss my plans for Candle Day. When I'm in the beginning, I have it on my little piece of paper here. I'm gonna go off from the ones I'm gonna be getting the most of to the least of. These aren't particularly like my favorite ones or the ones like I'm gonna be like going in store and like getting like at a time, I guess, or anything. I'm gonna be discussing like coupons, how I'm gonna be breaking up my transactions. And just going over the scents I want. Maybe even like maybe I'll do like a why I want them type of deal. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off by going and looking at the first one. I'll try and hide them and do them like one at a time maybe. So the first one I want is toasted vanilla chai, and I would like 6 of them. It's one I ordered online when it was an online only candle, and Um, I've fallen in love with the scent. I love the hand soap in it. That's probably my favorite hand soap, especially for like a fall winter hand soap. So when I heard it was coming out in a candle, it's something I wanted to be out in a candle. So sorry, I'm just trying to fix it to make it not look as bad, I guess. Um, it's gonna be one of those kinds of days. All right. Well, um, anyway, so I'd really just fallen in love with the scent. Honestly, I have a very hard time explaining what exactly it smells like. If you smelt the hand soap, it smells exactly like the hand soap. Maybe it's just like a more concentrated version of the fragrance. Um, but I was private messaging Nicole No Fire here on YouTube and Instagram. I love her channel. Her videos are amazing. Her hauls are amazing. She tends to do more body care than candles, but her candle day video last year with her daughter was amazing. I loved seeing all their candles that they got. It was a great video. Um, but bringing back to the point, we were messaging back and forth, and I think in her stories, she had asked if anyone had any suggestions for candles to check out, and my first thought went to toasted vanilla chai. So we were just messaging back and forth about the scent, and she asked me what it smelled like, and I have a very hard time describing the scent. And the first thing my mind went to like to describe it was like the first thing I said was it's kind of almost like a vanilla custard. Um, but then I was like really thinking about it, and I was like, a custard would be a good one, but then that implies it's almost like kind of cold, almost like a cold gourmand gooey. I don't know. When I describe something, I like to give like a what it would feel like, what it would smell like, and everything. So I don't think a custard would be quite how I would describe it. I think a custard would be probably a bit too thick, if that makes any sense. If you've ever baked like at all or cooked, there's definitely a difference between like a custard while it's in a pot and when it sets. So I was trying to describe it a bit better, and I think I got a bit closer. It's almost like a milk chocolate, like a melted down milk chocolate. That's the kind of almost like a consistency that I'd be able to describe it as. It doesn't really have a white chocolate smell to it, but it's almost like if you took like vanilla chips. I wish I would have said that because that would be more sense. HEB has these vanilla chips. I use them in when I make red velvet brownies. The Duncan Hines red velvet brownies, I think, is what the box is. Amazing. I put like half a bag to 3/4 of a bag of those chips in there, and they kind of caramelize, and oh my goodness, they're amazing. But it's almost like that's how the scent smells. Is you melted down those vanilla chips, and then you added chai spice to it. I love the candle. I love the fragrance. I have one chopped up. I have it going in my bedroom today, and oh my goodness, my bedroom smells amazing. It's throwing really good so far. It's definitely like a good 7.5 throw for one piece in my 24-watt electric mainstays warmer. Um, you can get those at Walmart. They're $6.97. Um, and it's throwing. It's beautiful. I love the fragrance. So I already have, I believe, 4 candles left. I have one chopped up one. So I want 6 more to just have a good little back stock to last me a good little while, in case they A, don't bring it back ever, or B, don't bring it back for a very long time. It's just a scent I love so much, and it's something I've wanted So I don't want to chance it not coming back. So this is one I want 6 of, and that's the first scent I'm going to be going to. Speaking of which, call your stores. Call your stores today. Like, it's, even pause the video like right now. Go call your stores if you haven't yet to see what time they open. Because some stores will say that they're going to be opening up at their normal times. I mean, I think that you should go an hour early because last year that happened to me. And, they said that they're going to be opening at, I think they said 8 and they ended up opening at like 7:30. So, not too big of a discrepancy, but they still opened early. So, keep that in mind. The store I'm going to, my White Barn store, that's like 30 minutes away from me now, which is awesome having one that close now. They're actually, sorry, I have a little notification I need to move up. Where's my train of thought going? I need to catch up to the train station. Where is it at? Okay, so that's what I'm going to be going to. And that one, I know the last time I was in there for Black Friday, they had like a little shelf of it. They didn't have maybe more than 10 out, but I'm hoping that they have more out. So, trying to bring it back a little bit. Call your stores, see what time they're going to be opening for Candle Day. My store is going to be opening at 5 a.m. That's what they said even before Black Friday when I had asked the manager, who she's very sweet there, Wendy, at the White Barn that I go to. I asked, what time will you all be opening? And she said 5 a.m. I was kind of skeptical at first because, it's so early and like I've never, heard of that store opening that early, or any store for that matter opening up at 5 a.m. for Candle Day or SAS or anything like that. I called 2 days ago and I was also told 5 a.m. I was going to call again today just to confirm, and I think I still will. But I also went on the Bath & Buyers website. If you go to the store locator, it's on the little sidebar, and you type in your zip code or city, I think, it'll show you what times all the stores are going to be opening up for Candle Day on Saturday. And it, sure enough, it said 5 a.m. So me and my family, my mom, brother, and me, all three of us, were going to be waking up at like 4:10ish. And we're going to take all showers the night before. I'm not a morning shower person. Or no, take that back. I'm not a night shower person. Because I like to feel clean and fresh when I have to go somewhere or anything, at night. Like, what am I going to be doing? Going to the bed? Like, I much prefer to take a shower in the morning so I feel clean and fresh and ready to, go out somewhere. But it's going to be opening so early. I don't want to have to get up at like 3 or something, be able to have time for us to take showers. So all of us are going to be taking showers tonight. And as soon as we wake up at like 4:10, we're going to just throw on some clothes. I'm going to be wearing some baggy sweatpants. Wear comfortable clothes. I'm going to be carrying around 40 candles. Spoiler, I'm buying 40 candles. I have a disclaimer about that later on. I'll get into that in a second. But pardon the noise. It's really windy out right now. But anyway, wear some comfortable clothes. I mean, it's going to be a stressful day, especially if you're going right when your store opens, especially if it's going to be 5. I even have one store kind of close to me that's opening up at 4 a.m. I'm like, oh no. And I've seen even some stores opening up as early as 1 a.m. I know, I think it was Starting New 2018 on Instagram said her store was going to be doing that. And that's just, I mean, I would actually prefer our stores to open up at 1 because I'm kind of a night owl person. And staying up till 1 is nothing, but, going to sleep at, like 11:30, 12-ish and having to get up at 4, like, that's going to be a struggle. But, we're all going to throw on, at least I am. I'm going to be wearing as comfortable clothes as I can. I'm going to be wearing like a sweatshirt hoodie type deal and long baggy pants. I'm going to be as comfortable as humanly possible because it's going to be stressful. I want to be there early. I want to be there before 5. And, just in case, and I'm seriously hoping and praying that there isn't already a line. And I really don't feel like there will be. I just don't want there to be like a line or anything like, well, we're there, or I want to be the first person in the store, and I would, like to be able to get everything that's on my list and everything. I'm going to get back to the list, I promise. But, I want to get everything on my list. And once I have everything on my list, as many customers in there can come in as they want. I wouldn't care. I just want to get everything on my list, especially like the toast vanilla chai and a few other ones that like I'm gonna be getting quite a few multiples of. Um, I just don't want to miss out on these scents. And I've seen people just start throwing stuff in their bags. They don't smell it. They don't even really care what it is. I think that they just get them to exchange them later on, which I mean that's cool and everything, but like let other people get the stuff they want first. Or if you're going to be doing that, stockpile like the White Barn candles. And if someone ends up watching this that does that, here's a little piece of advice: get the White Barn core collection stuff that they have year round. That if it sells out at Candle Day, it's definitely going to be back later on. So people who want it, hey, whatever, I don't end up getting like the eucalyptus mint candle I wanted or whatever, but it's probably going to be back within the next few weeks because it's a year-round scent. When it comes to a scent like Toasted Vanilla Chai, which is an online only scent and is in like pretty low quantity, pretty much nationwide, and Mary Cookie and everything like that, don't be tossing in every Mary Cookie in there if you're not going to burn or melt it. I mean, save some for the people who really want it. Get the White Barn candles like the eucalyptus mint that they have year round, black cherry merlot that they have year round, limoncello. I'm like almost 95% certain that they have year round. Those kinds of scents in the White Barn colored glass packaging, because those will always be back for the people who love those scents. But like stuff like Toasted Vanilla Chai, Mary Cookie. Mary Cookie has been coming back pretty frequently, but it's like last year it was sold out even before Black Friday. So a lot of these scents sell out and then they're gone for the season. Bath and Body Works will not replenish them. They will replenish like the eucalyptus mint and black cherry merlot limoncellos. So if you're going to be doing that, stockpiling and trading them off later for spring summer scents, definitely do that. So people who want like some of the new Candle Day exclusives like gelato or French baguette or what have you, so they can actually get it. So tangent over. So we were in comfortable clothes. So I'll get into the transactions really quick and then I'll get back into the list. Excuse me, so long as I don't go off on another tangent. So I'm going to do 3 transactions with a 15 off of 40 coupon and breaking them up into 5 candles per transaction. So 15 candles will be done that way. I got a mailer, thank goodness, for a 15 off of 40. My mom did and she let me have it, and then my grandma did and she let me have it. So that's awesome. So I'm going to be getting 15 of them that way, and then I have a 20% off in the email for 15 of them, and I have a paper 20% off that I was sent a while back for an issue with I think, what was it for? We actually got sent coupons in the mail that had already expired. So I don't know if like maybe someone else got them and put them in the mailbox, or if they literally just like lost the mail and ended up delivering them anyway. Whatever it is, we got them like late and couldn't use them anymore, even within the 3-day grace period. So they ended up sending me that 20% off and a $10 e-gift card, which I will also be using for Candle Day. I've been saving it. So anyway, 3 separate transactions with the 315 off of 40s, and then I have 2 free items that go with those. Looking to get the Love Rose Vanilla lotions is the 2 free items, and the other 25 will be broken up between those 2 20% offs. Yeah, that's the kind of game plan and everything. They're going to be coming with me, helping me out, getting the candles and everything, especially if there's a crowd. But again, I'm hoping and praying that no one else is there. It's going to be 5 a.m. in the morning, so I'm really hoping that I'm the only crazy candle person that's going to be up that early, being there at like 4:30. I hope that if we get there like as early as I'm hoping we do, like 4:25ish, 4:30ish, that they'll just let us in early and buy everything up. But if not, I just want to be the first person in line, and if no one else is behind us or anything, I'll take my time. But tonight we're gonna go over like a game plan. Like I have, your Bath and Body Works obsessed if like how the store is gonna be laid out, where stuff is gonna, and it's probably gonna be a bit different since they're gonna be bringing out 2 collections. Not like 2 new collections. They're gonna be bringing quite a few new collections, and everything out with it. But I guess what I was trying to say is they're gonna be bringing out a lot of candles, so the floor set's probably gonna be a bit different. But I know in general where things are gonna be. And I'm going to try and map it out as best as we can so we can just get in, get out, and I'm going to treat them to Starbucks for coming with me so early, and helping me carry my 40 candles into the car. So speaking of the candles I'm going to be getting, I'm going to go ahead and go back into the list. So the second one I'm really wanting is Blueberry Sugar. I want 5. I want 5. Last year I fell in love with it when it first came out, and I just didn't stock up like I really wanted to. I only ended up buying 3 total, and this is all before Candle Day because our store sold out before Candle, or the store I'm going to now. It wasn't a White Barn last year, but it still had sold out of Blueberry Sugar, Mary Cookie, Dear Santa, which I'm not a fan of that scent. It smells like rubbing alcohol. I'm not a fan. And then Dear Santa, something with naughty on it with like red lettering, and that's like holiday repackaged. It smells like Red Hot Cinnamon, which is again not my type of, like not my thing. So Blueberry Sugar was part of the collection last year with like Vanilla Bean Noel. It was with White Mint Latte, which is also back. And spoiler, I'm gonna be getting a few of those, not 5 or 6, but quite a few. Not quite a few. That's dramatic. I'm gonna be getting a couple. But Blueberry Sugar, it's still available this time, and I don't want to chance it, so I'm going to be getting 5. I've already chopped one up to be able to use this spring. So I have just one in my collection right now. I'm hoping to get a tester candle for SAS, so I can move my 3 out of my collection, move the tester candle in, and then I can have 6 full-size candles, and then 1 I've already chopped up, just to last me a good little bit in case I don't bring it back for a while. So I'm going to stock up while I still have it. So that's the plan as of right now. I like the scent. I'm glad it's back, and I don't want to chance it in case they don't bring it back for a little while. Next one on my list is 5 of the Love Rose Vanilla from the Aromatherapy collection. It's just a scent I've fallen in love with. It's like, okay, here's how I can describe it. If you've ever smelled rose water and ivy, it tastes the rose note from that, and then kind of the greenery note, but tones it way down the greenery note. And there's always been like a background note in rosewater and ivy that I've just never been able to like pull the trigger and purchase it. But that background, like, I don't even know how to describe it because it's not like the greenery ivy scent, because I can appreciate that and I love those types of scents with the rose even. But it's not perfumey either. There's just some note in the background that I just don't like in that scent, and that's gone in the Love Rose Vanilla. It's a pretty even blend of the vanilla, like kind of almost not like a vanilla bean marshmallow, vanilla pumpkin marshmallow, not like that, and not like a vanilla bean Noel, but it's kind of like I don't know what vanilla they use. It smells very familiar though, so maybe it's like the vanilla bean candle. Actually, no, because I think that's just a repackage of vanilla bean marshmallow, so that probably isn't it. But it shares some type of vanilla note with another candle where it's just like straight vanilla. It's not like a gourmand vanilla custard or a vanilla buttercream or like a vanilla cake. Like Pink Peltier cake kind of has like a strawberry cake with a vanilla glaze. It doesn't quite have that. It's just like a vanilla, and it's beautifully blended. At the moment, I have 3 that I can chop up whenever I'd like, and I have 1 in my collection. So I'd like to be able to have 8 to just chop up over the next few years, because that's one I feel like is they're not going to bring back. I really do. Or if they do bring it back or repackage it, it's probably not going to be for like maybe 5-6 years, and that's like on the lower end of what I think. And I'm not confirming anything. I can't confirm it, but that's just like my gut instinct and feeling. So that's why I'm going to be getting quite a few. Plus, I just love the scent. Next one is For Mary Cookie. Okay, I love Mary Cookie. I hear a lot of people compare it to like a shortbread cookie scent, and I have to respectfully disagree. That's just me personally. I'm not saying that they don't smell a shortbread cookie or that that's not what they think it smells like. But to me, in my nose, I don't get shortbread. I don't get like a dry, flaky bakery or like a sugar, like a brittle cookie, which has a very specific note. And if you know bakery scents kind of the way I do, each cookie kind of smells a bit different. Like a sugar cookie, smells different than the shortbread cookie. And to me, it doesn't smell like a cookie necessarily, but more like a really buttery vanilla sugar cookie dough is what I get from it. And pardon me, I'm gonna have to cough because I can feel it coming. So my apologies. I'm sorry, but I just can't help it. I'm still kind of dealing with my allergies. I'm doing a lot better now. Yesterday was when I started feeling better. And I'm, slowly starting to feel a bit better. They're not weighing me down as much. But back to, Mary Cookie. That's the one that last year sold out like almost as soon as it came out. I think the stores maybe in my area only got 2 boxes per store, and people were going crazy. And that ugly, nasty packaging, the writing label that says "Dear Santa, enjoy the milk and cookies," and I still would have bought it, honestly, and just chopped it up, and turned the label around when I burn it, whatever. But it just sold out, and I never had the chance. It's one I've wanted for Candle Day, and it's been selling out pretty frequently for a lot. I remember 2016. I asked for one for Christmas, and somehow my mother managed to find that in the Marshmallow Fireside, both of which are still in my collection and will probably be there for a very long time because they hold sentimental value to me. And it's just like the White Barn, sugar cookie kind of not frosted, it's the colored glass. Back when the White Barn labels were really wide and oval like instead of the way they are now. I just love that smell. I love that scent. I love bakery. I love sugar cookie. I specifically like cookie dough smells. And I actually prefer the taste of sugar cookie doughs or like cookie doughs over the actual cookie. I do no bake cookie dough a lot, where you like preheat the flour. You don't use eggs or anything. So it's very safe to eat and everything. I don't recommend just gobbling down cookie dough. It's got eggs in it, but you do you, but I mean, I don't think it's safe, so I don't do it. But it just reminds me of like a sugar cookie dough, very buttery, delicious fragrance. So I want to get 4 of those. The next one on my list is Wine Cellar. I have the original smoked berries and incense candle. I bought off from Mercari. Pardon me, I'm gonna have to cough again. My apologies. I don't want to cough on camera, but when your throat's getting all dry like that, I can feel it coming. I'd much rather give y'all a warning than, just letting it go. And anyway, Wine Cellar and Smoked Berries and Incense are exactly the same. But I have the original, and I smelt the new Wine Cellar, and like the new in quotations, with the White Barn packaging. And they are indeed the same. If you ask me, maybe there's some minute differences that I might pick up when smelling them side by side, but from what I can tell, they're the exact same scent. I love that smell, and I'm glad it's back. And I'm gonna get 3, just to last me a good little while until they eventually bring it back, because I really do feel like that's a really good seller for them, and they'd be kind of stupid to not bring it back. The next one is 3 Vanilla Balsam. Now, this one has a quick little story. I am not a tree scent type of person. I'm really not. Tree scents, especially pine and evergreen, and this might be a little too, like TMI or gross to some people, but it honestly, a lot of it smells like cat urine. I don't want that smell up in my house. The Mainstays candle is one of the absolute worst offenders of that. I think it's just called pine. Green wax and everything. I know it was out last year. I don't know if it's back, but it smells like straight up cat pee. I don't want that fragrance up in my house. I used to think that fresh balsam had that same note. Smelling it now, I don't feel like it has that note anymore, which is weird. Your noses can change everything, but I don't pick that one up in that one. But I still pick it up. The last time I smelled a Mainstays pine candle was, I think it was Black Friday, when I was looking at the candles and everything, which were on sale for like $3, the 11.5-ounce versions. And I smelt it, and I still smell that cat urine smell, and I just gagged in the store. It was disgusting. Balsam and cedar from Yankee Candle, to me, I also get that same kind of cat urine note, and I just don't want that smell up in my house. So I typically tend to stay away from tree scents because they, tend to scare me in that type of way. But vanilla balsam is like if you took the best parts of fresh balsam, which I do like fresh balsam quite a bit now. I would never be able to like chop one up because I feel like, you know, when you chop up a candle, you get more use out of it. That's one that I feel like I would maybe burn maybe one per year in December, maybe. And then as soon as I'm done, be done with it for a year, honestly. It's an okay scent. Let me put it like that. It's okay. It's not hoard worthy in my opinion. And they bring it back for just about every season now, which is, you know, it's upsetting. You know, fresh balsam should not be out in spring, summer, and fall and winter, if you ask me. You know, but whatever. Getting off track. Vanilla balsam is if you took, pardon me, it's been bothering me. It looks like it's like tilted almost. But anyway, vanilla balsam is if like you tone down the fresh balsam like astringentness. Is that a word? I'm making it a word. Astringency, I guess, would probably be closer to an actual word if it is a word. Anyway, it has like an astringent like pine smell, and it's not like a pine sol cleaner because I cannot stand lemon cleaner, lavender cleaner like Fabuloso. Like I have to tap out, and pine sol isn't like as bad as Fabuloso if you ask me, but you know I can still kind of like I smelt that note before, and gosh, what was it? It was like a Better Homes and Gardens candle, I believe, the 18-ounce ones. I smelt it in there and it smelled like straight up pine sol, but it's slipping my mind right now, and I feel bad, you know, even mentioning it because I don't remember what it's called or if it's even out now. But backtracking a bit, anyway, you don't get that in vanilla balsam or really fresh balsam if you ask me. But it's like I'm trying to debate if I want to use the exact words of this person because you know I'm just not a fan of them. You know, just be. I don't want to make this shady or anything. It's supposed to be fun. It kind of smells to me if you took like a vanilla ice cream almost, and like you scooped out the ice cream and you're eating that vanilla ice cream, you know, by like a real tree. I've never used a real tree. We use fake trees up in this house. Like that's just too much work trying to get a real tree in, you know, and I love fake trees anyway. Um, I also like colored lights better too. I wonder if that makes me extra weird. Anyway, getting back on track. Vanilla balsam, I much prefer to fresh balsam. I adore vanilla balsam, and I didn't think I would like it, but from the moment I smelled it in store, I was just like in love with the scent. It's beautiful, and I'd like to be able to get three. Um, I love it a lot, and if I had to get an extra one, like if anything like sells out or anything, that'll probably be one that would probably get an extra one, because I really do like that scent, and I'm glad it's back this year. So the next one on my list after vanilla balsam is Comfort Vanilla Patchouli from the Aromatherapy collection. Now, a lot of people have like negative associations with patchouli. I don't. I don't like patchouli by itself. I like it in blends. Especially with like a vanilla or a marshmallow, I think goes really great with it. Or I think even like maybe like a sweet lavender, maybe, or yeah, like a good sweet lavender, maybe with like a vanilla buttercream. I think that would go really good with patchouli scent. But vanilla patchouli, to me, the way I've always described it is it's kind of like Marshmallow Fireside's like older brother. You know, it's you know a little bit more sophisticated. I guess it's not. I guess it does smell fancier if you ask me. Marshmallow Fireside can kind of be like, okay, it's just you know Marshmallow Fireside. You know, it's there. You know, it's been out so many times that it's just kind of like meh now. But vanilla patchouli to me is I really do agree with its name, Comfort Vanilla Patchouli. It's very comfort, and that's my dog barking. I'm sorry if you hear that. He's barking at something. I love that dog, but he just barks for no reason sometimes. Sorry for the silence. I'm just making sure he's all right. All right. Well, he's fine. So, it's kind of like the older sibling, I should say, to like a Marshmallow Fireside. Where Marshmallow Fireside's like a gooey marshmallow with like a smoky bonfire wood smell. Comfort Vanilla Patchouli is like a actual vanilla. It's not a gooey marshmallow. It's not like a marshmallow fluff or a marshmallow, which all smell a bit different if you pay attention to like a marshmallow note. Um, and he's still barking. I'm sorry about that. I can't control it, and it's bothering me. Okay, I'm trying to focus. That vanilla, you do get like a nice. It's a more of almost like a vanilla extract almost, but not like a cheap imitation one, like the real deal, like you know a good, vanilla extract with a not quite earthy, but more of like the woodsy, sappy patchouli almost, I think would be the best way I could describe it. It's very sophisticated smelling. I feel like it's a scent that, fancy people would, want in their home. So I want to get 3 of that one. And the next one, I don't even have to look at the list because I kind of know it. Not all of it from here, but I know most of it. So the next one is Relax Lavender Cedarwood. I also want 3 of that one. It's a very, and that's not really my type of fragrance. It's a lavender scent, which I can go one of two ways. I can either love lavender or I can hate it. Especially, I love it in blends. I tend to prefer it in blends. Um, Sorry, I just keep getting text messages and I need to, keep, scrolling them up. But um, it's a very powdery lavender, almost like a powdery baby powder type of lavender. And this cedarwood is also, it's more of like a sappy cedar scent. It's not quite like a dry oak smell. It's very hard to describe because that's not really my wheelhouse, and I'm doing my best. Um, it's very nice though, and the cedarwood gives it almost like a tinge of sweetness to it. That the lavender doesn't, because it's not a sweet lavender or an herbal lavender or a relaxing lavender or, good night, a cleaning lavender. It's a very powdery lavender, which I'm not a big fan of. It's almost up there with like a um, cleaner lavender almost most of the time. But I much prefer sweet lavender if you ask me. But um, it's a very powdery lavender. It's a beautiful fragrance. So I want 3 of that one. It's nice. I'd like to be able to have one to actually have in my collection now. Um, because I don't know. I just have a gut feeling that they're going to be, trying to get rid of some of the aromatherapy stuff soon. Probably not forever, because I think that especially the Comfort is a really good seller for them. But just in case, I'd like to actually be able to have myself some for my collection. Now the next one, I don't know what it is. Chew Orange Chocolate Truffle. Now this one I went back and forth on quite a bit. And honestly, if I see like an older scent, like anything older, unique, eye-catching, those two will be the first to go, honestly. Um, or if I can find like White Barn Number 1, which I didn't think I liked at first, but now that I smelled it the last time I was in the store, I was kind of digging it, but they only had one left, and it was full price, and I wasn't about to buy it then. But stuff like that. If I can find like nice fragrances like that, those two will be the first to go. Um, at first I hated it. It was just too much orange. It was like a good 80% orange chocolate split. It was kind of hard for me to pick up the chocolate at first, but smelling it over time, it's kind of evened out a bit more. It's about like a 60 orange, 40 like a powdery hot chocolate, and that's another thing. In chocolate wax, I much, much, much prefer a milk chocolate or a dark chocolate, whether it's like a melted or like a cookie almost. There he goes again. He's barking. Okay, anyway. Um, it's just not enough chocolate in there for me. I don't like the balance of it too much. But I think it's like a unique enough scent that my goodness, I keep getting text messages. Okay. I'm so popular. Oh my gosh. I have like 10, no, I'm kidding. Um I have 2 different people texting me. And it's not even like about me. It's not like a group conversation, so that's awesome. But anyway, I'd like to be able to maybe have like at least one for my collection, but I'm just not, too sure how I feel about it. And I'm trying to not just get stuff for my collection anymore. I'd like to get, the stuff I love and have that in my collection, hold on to those for a while until I bring a newer one out, and then, swap them out, and then, use up the older one and keep on, with the newer version, stuff like that. But I just don't know about those two. Those two would honestly be the first to go if anything new came along, or not necessarily new because I'm not really into too many of the new ones. Like gelato is like maybe. French baguette, not a fan of. And it's weird because I love bread scents. Like campfire donut is my jam. Great, now another noise decides to come on. This is getting to be a mess. But I love campfire donut, that yeasty bread note, but there's just something in French baguette that I just cannot get along with. So I never bought the single wick. I'll smell it again, maybe after Candle Day, see if I want to pick one or two up for SAS, but I'm just not a big fan of it. And then everything else pretty much just, Red Velvet Cupcake I'd like to get a few of during SAS if they still have it. But, that cream cheese note, scares me. Because me and cream cheese, we don't go together well. Like oil and water, we just don't mix. So as long as that one doesn't have a cream cheese note, I can see myself getting quite a few of that because red velvet is probably one of my favorites, especially red velvet brownies. If y'all have never had red velvet brownies, I cannot recommend them more. But trying to get back on track, going on to the next scent in the list. 2 white mint latte, and the rest of these I'm just going to give you one of. White mint latte is a scent that I got. I got quite a few of last year, and I returned a lot of them. Another text message. Woo. I returned 2 of the ones I bought. I bought 4, I believe, and I returned 2 because I burned it, and when I burned it, it smelled like it's a very specific smell. So if you've I cannot describe it any other way. So if you've never smelled this before, you won't get it. It doesn't smell like it does on cold because on cold it's beautiful. But I burned it, and it smells like if you've ever boiled milk before. Like you're trying to make like a dessert, or you're making like a hot chocolate and you want to like boil the milk, get the milk warm first. It smells like boiling milk or like a warmed up milk. And there's just something about it that just didn't sit right with me, and I didn't like the scent. And it's not even like it was like super strong either. It was like maybe a 5.5 throw and maybe a 4 strength. Like it wasn't very strong at all. But from what I did smell of it, it just wasn't worth keeping. So I returned 2 of them, or not returned. I did exchanges. I don't remember what I got, but this is a while ago. This is all like last year. And I kept one because I got one as a Christmas present, so I wanted to keep that one for sure. And later on, I found a test version of it in the low profile packaging, and that's the one I have in my collection right now. That one will be staying in my collection, might I add, because it's like a collector's type of deal. Like I want to keep that in my collection. My outlet store randomly got some low profiles, and I got that, and I got winter. They had like winter candy apple, but I despise that scent with a passion. So those were just the 2 of the low profile ones I picked up that like failed test, I guess, or didn't pass test quite, or they were just kind of in a few stores and they just kind of like tried to get rid of it, I guess. They were on the $10 table, so I think I got those 2, and I got a Japanese cherry blossom. I used a 10 off of 30 after. This is all like after semi-annual sale and everything happened last winter SAS last year. Or no, it may have been after the summer SAS actually, now that I'm thinking about it, and that's why I was so surprised to see them. Again, trying to get back on track. But maybe about a week ago, maybe a week and a few days or so ago, I chop up my candles, and for personal reasons, I can do a whole video on that, sometime in the future. But I didn't want to chop up a whole candle, just in case, even melted it doesn't smell good. So I just decided to get a spoonful of it. I warmed up the spoon and everything with hot water, dried off all the water, scooped out the wax into the, my warmer, and it smells really good, you guys. Really good. It smells, smells identical to what it smells like, on cold. So, it may have just been the wicks last year. I don't know. It may just be me, but I'm glad that I know I like it now, and I'm gonna get 2 for Candle Day. I'm probably gonna get a tester count for SAS again, but I might not because I want to keep that 3 wick in my collection because it's almost like a collector's item type of deal, So I may not. I'm not too sure yet, but I definitely want 2 3 wicks for Candle Day. The next ones on my list, I'll go ahead and show you, but I know what they are. I think the first one I wrote down was watermelon lemonade. Yep, after white mint latte. 1 watermelon lemonade. And the reason I want that above like any of the newer scents, or like maybe like another toasted vanilla chai or anything like that, is I've wanted to get it for a while. I don't know why it's not focusing. I'm trying to get it to focus. It just looks so blurry. I'm sure this bothers me more than it bothers people watching, but oh well, I can't fix it right now. I don't know what to do, but anyway, I like the scent a lot. It's like a Jolly Rancher watermelon with like a very tart Juicy Lemonade. And it's out, pretty much every year, especially spring, summer, and at least 4 collections, maybe 2 or 3 each season, maybe for spring and summer. So I've just never felt the need to buy it because I know it's going to be around, next spring and summer. And I'd like to be able to have one for my collection, preferably a tester candle. I'll do a whole video on that too because I feel like it's actually pretty like a genius idea, and I don't feel like a lot of people know enough about it. And he's barking, and I apologize. Are you serious? My luck would be that a plane would fly over my house while I'm trying to film. Even I don't even live in a big city. That's fine. I'm not gonna listen. Okay. It's out pretty much year round, but I almost never want to do the $12.95 plus 10 off of 30 and pick one up because I just know it's gonna be around, and I'd much rather get something that's new or new. It may not come back, and I don't know why I'm like that, but $8.95 plus 20% off is pretty much as good as it's gonna get, and it's a really good deal. So I'm gonna pick up one in that beautiful packaging. It's a beautiful pink wax. It's got like a watermelon slice on the top left hand corner, I believe on the bottom right hand corner, a lemon wedge, I believe. If you want to see pictures, I think Starting New 2018 posted some pictures of them. Bath and Buyers Daily Finds, I'm almost 100% certain, at least by now for sure, has to have posted pictures of those on Instagram or her Facebook page. It's a beautiful label, beautiful packaging, and for the price being what it is, I'm sold. I want at least one. Next one on my list, I'm pretty sure I also know what it is one Black Cherry Merlot. That one would probably be the next one to go after the Orange Chocolate Truffles if I manage to find something, crazy cool or like unique enough. Those 3 would probably be the first to go. And not because I don't love Black Cherry Merlot. Don't get me wrong, I love Black Cherry Merlot. But again, it's one of those ones. It's out year round. Year round, and sometimes in special packagings for other collections, so. And I already have 2 single wicks, one for my collection and one for me to be able to melt down soon. So the 3 wick would just be kind of like to let me have, a candle, a 3 wick version of it as well. And be able to have a single wick to be able to melt down as well. Just to last me a good little while in the scent, and then when Candle comes around next year, I'll probably pick up another 2 or something like that, I like the scent a lot, but, it'd probably be the first one to go if something cool like White Barn Number 1 popped up again, or, what would be another one that, White Pumpkin, count me in if I can find that one again. I only smelt it maybe 2 times in store, and I never picked it up. I feel stupid now, but I just didn't do it. And I regret it so much because I love it so much more than I love Pumpkin Patch, and I love it definitely more than that nasty sweet cinnamon pumpkin. So I regret not picking it up now, but if I can find it for Candle Day, you best believe I'll probably not buy off the whole store, but I'd probably buy at least 5 maybe. He's still barking. Another one that I'd probably get rid of the 2 Orange Chocolate Truffles for, and maybe the Black Cherry Merlot, would be Pumpkin Vanilla, which is just a repackage of Pumpkin Pie. Count me in for a pumpkin pie fragrance. He's so bad, He's so naughty. But those, specifically those 3. If I can find those 3 would be the first to go. The 2 Orange Chocolate Truffles and Black Cherry Merlot, but I like the scent a lot. The hand soap reminds me of like a gummy candy that I had when I was a kid, and the closest thing I can think of would be the Scooby-Doo snacks, specifically the cherry one, is what the fragrance reminds me of in the hand soap. And the candle, it's almost like that, except it's not as sweet. The candle itself reminds me of almost like a cherry juice concentrate. So that's all I have to say about that fragrance. I have just 2 more to show. One of each. One specifically the low profile Twisted Peppermint. If they sell out of the low profile version, I'm probably just not going to pick any Twisted Peppermint up because I already have a single wick for my collection, But I love Twisted Peppermint. I kind of wish I had a 3 wick right now, so my sinuses weren't all acting up like this. I love Twisted Peppermint. I have the hand soap going in my room right now. I'm using the Body Care right now as my little scent for December or anything. I love the fragrance so much. I love that mentholated candy cane peppermint. Not quite as candy cane as the crushed candy cane smell, but definitely still like a candy cane smell. But I love the fragrance, but that low profile version with the black lid, the white frosted glass, and that like old timey peppermint stick. Not like a candy cane, but like a stick. I hate the taste of the chewy type of mints like that, but that picture, don't get me started on that label. I love the beauty and the simplicity of all the low profile candles. Um, and that's one that I really, really want. I'm not too big on the packaging necessarily for some of these scents, like care about which ones I get. But like Vanilla Balsam, I definitely prefer the White Barn packaging over the one. It's now in the packaging that Popcorn and Pine tested in and failed. It's in like the whole holiday tradition line, I believe, with like vanilla bean Noel, winter candy apple, twisted peppermint, spiced gingerbread swirl, and I might be missing another one. I'm probably missing another one, but it's not coming to mind right this second. So I apologize in advance, but it, pardon me. And I lost my train of thought. I love when I do this to myself. This is wonderful. This video is a mess. 46 minutes and 20 or so odd seconds of me just being a mess, and my life being a mess. But I like this scent, but I'd much prefer to get something like new or unique. But that packaging is just enough to sell me on it, especially for $8.95 plus a 20% off coupon. So the very last one on my list, I was talking about Vanilla Balsam. Boom, I remember, so I'm not a total mess. I much prefer the frosted green glass and the White Barn packaging over the Popcorn and Pine, packaging that scent tested in, and Vanilla Balsam now occupies that packaging. I'm sorry. I was going to try and get a warning out, but that one, I just couldn't hold that one in. My apologies. But the last one I have on my list is also one I want in a specific packaging that I didn't write down. And if I don't get it in that packaging, I'm probably just not going to get it. One Frozen Lake, and it needs to say Camp Winter 2.0 collection with the blue frosted glass and the label it had last year. Because that is the packaging that... Sorry, that was aggressive. I'm sorry. That's the packaging of it that I want desperately. I don't like the whole... the Iceland packaging was beautiful. I had contemplated picking it up then, but I just never did. But the one they have it out now, it's like that purple, like misty kind of label. It's just not doing it for me. And my mom, for some reason, seems to think that one smells different than the other versions of it. I didn't pick up a difference, but she loves that scent. Like that's like her number one scent. So I don't know if it does or doesn't. Maybe like a small, like minute tweak, maybe. But she senses it, so I'm not saying she doesn't smell a difference, but to me in my nose, I didn't, but I'm not going to pick it up in that packaging just because it's just kind of ugly if you ask me. There's no sugarcoating. It looks ugly. And the Iceland packaging looks pretty okay. We actually have one now that my mom has burning. I think she may have another one of that, so. Anyway, she has currently right now 3 of the ones in the blue frosted glass, the ones that I want really bad. So that's the kind I want really bad. So that's it for the candles I'm gonna get for Candle Day. It's 40 candles. I already told you about how I'm gonna break up the transactions, but here we go, my beautiful list. This is the little journal I use to tear out the piece of paper and write on the thing before filming. Is there anything else I need to say about Candle Day? Again, call your stores literally now. What are you doing still watching the video? Call your stores if you haven't already to see what time they're going to open. That's what I'm going to do as soon as I end this video. I'm going to call my store again just to confirm that it's still on for 5 a.m. Have a game plan ready. Bring people with you if you're going to be buying a whole bunch. Map out, even maybe if you have time, go to the stores today. Map out, ask them, where, if things are going to be moved, do they know if things are going to be moved, or just get a feel for the store, a day or two before. And I mean, you can't do a day or two now. It's like a day before now. But just kind of scope out the area if you can. See where things are at. Make a list like I did. I've had it in my phone for a while, but I want it paper copy too. Um, make sure you have your coupons and everything set up and ready. Put it by your purse, your wallet, just so you don't forget them at home. Um, bring friends if you need to. Um, and just a tip: the 20% off in the email right now will not be technically valid necessarily. And I say valid in quotations, valid for Candle Day, but it's within the 3-day grace period, and that is a company policy. It's not a store by store policy. It's a company wide policy. I have called them a few days ago and I've asked, hey, I asked, I need to know, can I use this coupon for Candle Day? And they're like, yes, it is within the 30-day grace period. We just don't want it, like necessarily announced or anything, which I mean, I'm kind of doing it now. But anyway, if you bring it in, we will honor the coupon because it's within the 3-day grace period. The 3-day grace period is 3 days before and 3 days after. And I feel like a lot of people forget the whole 3-day before thing. And that's, I've seen it on their website, especially the 3 days after. I've been told in the store by 2 different people now. And this is just like within the last week. I called before, like in the store sometimes even. Never been told anything different about the grace period. And I was even told, she was like, and look, if you even want to buy more than 15, no one's going to stop you. They just need to be in different transactions. Um, I'm still going to bring my family just in case. 3 of us, I'm buying 40, so between the 3 of us, we can get 45 total. So my mom's not going to buy any as far as I know. She already got all the candles she wanted, the little frozen lakes and that packaging. And my brother, he's not a candle wax person really at all. So he's just going to get a Starbucks drink, a grande Starbucks drink, and a dessert slash food item on me for getting up early, helping me get candles and everything. So that's my plan. I hope that I could have been some type of help to you. If you ever need to like ask me questions about Bath and Body Works Candle Day, candle chopping, wax, or anything like that, it's probably better to find me on Instagram. It's just crazy about candles. Follow me there if you aren't already. That's and just private message me. I do have my account private just so I don't get like a whole bunch of like spam accounts. But just make sure to follow me on Instagram. Direct message me if y'all ever have any questions because I'll see those a lot faster than I do the YouTube comments. For some reason, I've been getting my comments like notifications about those like 2 days later. So if anyone ever comments, it's not that I don't see the comment or anything. It's just a lot of times I have to actually go to my videos and look to see if there are comments because I'm not getting the notification. So I don't know like what to do about that. I might have to call maybe then see what's going on. Maybe try and find more information about that. But regardless, it's just easier to get a hold of me on Instagram than it is on here. Candle Day tomorrow, I'm not going to be filming a video of it like the day of because I live in my home, we have 4 people total plus the little dog you were hearing him barking. We just it's just too noisy. My brother's door is literally, or not door, his room is literally on the other side of this wall. He's not home as of right now. But the point still stands, on Candle Day, it's going to be a Saturday. Saturdays are a day of relaxation for us, so I just don't feel necessarily right about asking everyone to, be quiet, don't, be loud or anything while I'm filming, because it'll get loud with that TV on in the living room, which is, where at this point, it's, this way, literally, I'm in the kitchen right now, it's my little kitchen area I film in, and then, with 2 TVs, and you can hear the TV on the other side of this, because he keeps it pretty loud. And, between a dog, he likes to run around the house. I mean, he likes to cuddle sometimes, but he's like a very active, up and down dog. So, um, it's just too much noise. So it'll probably be filmed Monday, if anything. It's definitely not going to get done Sunday because Sundays are always very busy for us. But, and, again, everyone's still going to be home. Me, my brother, my grandmother, and mother, between all of us, it would just be too hard to get everyone to be quiet for an hour-long video like this one would be. So it'll probably get filmed Monday, but I will have a haul picture up of everything I bought Saturday for Candle Day. So I really do recommend you follow me on there, not for any other reason other than, if you ever need, I'm not a person that needs a whole bunch of followers. So um, it's just easier to get a hold of me on there than it is here on YouTube, but at least as of right now. And then I tend to, it's just a lot easier to post on Instagram than it is on YouTube. So I guess there's that. I'm going to go ahead and end the video off here. I feel like I'm starting to get kind of rambly. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you aren't already. I know a lot of people have been watching the videos and like not subscribing, but if you want to see my candle day video, especially if you want to see that, because it's going to be pretty big, 40 candles, hopefully. So just follow me. So and hit the bell, I think is what it is, to get notified when it goes up, so you can see me hauling all my beautiful Bath and Body Works candles. And okay, I forgot, I do need to do the little disclaimer. I'll do that at the very end. So like, comment. I love reading your comments, even though I do get them a bit late. It's not because it's not on me, not because I don't want to respond to them. It's just it takes them a while, I guess, to send me the notification. So I don't always remember to check back on my videos to see if there are any comments. So if I haven't responded to anybody's comments, I'm very sorry. It's just I haven't seen it yet. So I guess there's that. And then the disclaimer, I'm not doing the showing you I'm getting 40 candles, like brag about it, because there's definitely people like that out there, that'll be like, yeah, I'm just gonna get like 100 candles, no joke, just to post on Instagram, show off to everybody, see what I can buy. And to me, candles are something I love to do to treat myself. It's one of my candles and wax. So everybody has their thing. Some people, they want, a new piece of furniture. Some people want, cookware. Some people, as weird as that sounds, some people just want fragrance, and that's what I prefer. I love candles. I love wax melts. I love hand soaps. I even love body care. It's just very hard for me to get through some of it, but this isn't done in like a bragging way or like a show off kind of way. This isn't something that's like a last minute thing, like, okay, looking at all the candles for candle, I'm gonna buy 40. No, I had to put money aside for this. For the last like few months, I've been putting money away. Every time I'd get some, I've been putting it away. So this isn't like a last minute, like, I'm just gonna buy 40 candles and show off to everybody. Like, I ain't got money to do that anyway. So I just love fragrance. I was sharing my passion for fragrance with other people out there who love it as much as I do. So little disclaimer over. I'm gonna end the video off here. If you've stayed until all this, through all the rambling mess, 57 minutes and 45 seconds, thank you. I hope you have a great day. Have an awesome candle day. I cannot wait to see everyone's hauls. So I guess I'll end it here.